buy yourself a Ram 1500, there's a major one problem you need to be checking for before you do so now. Because if you don't, you could be walking into a major repair cost on a used pickup truck like this. Now, most people don't notice this until it's really too late. Buying yourself one of these trucks behind me and you plan on going used, or you probably bought yourself one already, I feel like this is something you definitely need to hear, and you need to understand this before you go ahead and make that purchase. Or if you already bought a truck already and you don't know, I have owned a couple different Ram trucks generation in the past and stuff, and this is something I really want to be able to share with you guys, right? Because it always comes down to this. If you are planning on buying yourself one of these trucks right here behind me used, this truck behind me right now currently sitting at 157, 58K miles. And I did not buy this truck brand new. I bought this truck used. I am the third owner for this truck. And one thing I could tell you guys, right, having to own 3 Ram trucks in the past, this is what I've learned, and these are the things I want to share with you guys in this video today. The main problem you should avoid, and also why it happened, and also how you can be able to spot these issues, especially when you are buying yourself a used pickup truck like this with over probably, let's say, 100,000 plus miles, and how you can really be able to spot yourself a decent used pickup truck that's going to be reliable. Or even if you're trying to buy yourself one of these trucks, how you can be able to notice that that truck is not a reliable pickup truck. You should stay away from it. You shouldn't spend your money on a pickup truck like that, that pretty much you can see for yourself the problems and stuff like that. Doing so, to be honest with you guys, this could save you a lot of money, because I'm be honest with you, these 5.7 HEMIs in general are not cheap to fix, and parts sometimes does get pretty expensive. Now, it could be very reliable to you. You do end up buying yourself a used reliable pickup truck. They could last for a long time, but also these trucks could be a very nightmare sometimes when you end up buying one of them that's not well taken care of, and you end up not going through the checklist that I'm going to be sharing with you guys in this video today. About saving yourself some money, you definitely want to tune into what I'm about to tell you guys, because this big old 5.7 liter HEMI V8 engine is definitely one of a kind if you actually really just do your homework on them. And honestly, it really doesn't matter if you buy brand new. You buy brand new, you're still going to be spending a lot of money. But if you buy them used, you can actually really save yourself a lot of money. But you really have to be able to spot a good 5.7 liter HEMI truck that's actually going to be reliable for you. And this is something a lot of people probably do skip out on, because you get excited, obviously, going to a car lot and seeing a 4th generation Dodge Ram, good looking on the outside, but the inside of the truck itself, which is the engine itself, really does tell a story, especially when it's a used truck. And sometimes most people don't really pay attention to that, because they get too caught up into seeing a nice looking vehicle on the outside and things like that, and not really doing their actual homework to be able to spot a reliable pickup truck that's going to save them a lot of money, and end up costing them a lot of money at the end of the day. Real with you guys, right? Being a Ram owner, not just being a Ram owner in general, but having to own 3 Dodge Ram trucks in my entire lifespan, there's patterns that you could really be able to spot with these trucks, especially if you buy them used and stuff like that, and you really can't unsee it. But I'm be honest, these trucks are very solid pickup trucks, and they could run for a pretty like long time if you actually really just keep up with a few things. And it's really not the hardest thing, but a lot of people tend to somehow, most of the time it's because a lot of people tend to not really do the things that they need to do with these 5.7 HEMI engines, and that's what end up causing some kind of major issue later on down the line. Tend to buy these trucks used and stuff like that without really going through the full cosmetics with the trucks and things that actually doing their own homework on this truck, who like stuff like who was the previous owner and things like that, and they end up buying the truck, and then later on down the line, not even a couple weeks later, they end up having issue and stuff like that. And then when you buy a used vehicle like this, you end up being stuck with it. Now you have a huge bill that you have to end up spending a lot of money to get it to repair and stuff like that. And repair on these 5.7 HEMIs are not something that's cheap, and it's very stressful, because when these problems happen with these trucks like the 5.7 Hemi and stuff like that, it leads to one problem and another problem. So this is why it's very, very important that you have to pay attention when you are buying these trucks used. With that being said, being honest with you guys, these are like the most common things that I feel like you have to know off the rip. Like, even if you never owned one of these trucks before and you're just thinking about buying them, you have to know, you have to really know what you're really going to be putting yourself into before you decide to spend your hard-earned money to buy a pickup truck like this. Don't just go off the looks. I'm be real. These Dodge Ram trucks, they definitely look good, but the main thing that you really have to be concerned about is under the hood right here. Is like really, that's like the main part you really need to be focusing on, especially if you are buying it used. Now new, you still have to be concerned about these things too, because you got to understand later on as you drive these vehicles, miles and stuff start to go up. You have to understand things that you have to repair and things that's going to be going bad, things like that. It's going to save you headaches, and also you could be prepared when it's time something end up going wrong. That way you can know exactly what it is. One of the biggest problems that you need to watch out for is the HEMI tick, the famous HEMI tick, the lifters going out and things like that. That's like one of the biggest well-known issues with these 5.7 HEMI and HEMIs in general. I'm pretty sure you guys, if you haven't heard about it already, I'm pretty sure you have, even just by you not owning a truck like this. And there's a lot of things out there about the HEMI ticks and stuff like that, but there's ways where you could actually be able to understand, like, it's not just any kind of Ram truck you buy instantly gonna get the HEMI tick. There are possibilities and things like that, but there's ways around it. And right, the HEMI tick actually really starts small first thing first. So on cold start, you hear like a little ticking sound, things like that. And that's like the time most people tend to really not pay too much attention to it and things like that. And they tend to ignore it. And then over time, it built up because the fact that obviously when you start having that issue, like you could still drive the truck, but I wouldn't suggest you do so. I will suggest that you actually really try to figure out that situation as soon as possible, because that could really cost you a lot more later on down the line. And that's what most people end up doing. They end up really ignoring it and things like that. And it built up over time to where it could become like a very, very much major problem, to where now you are, I'm saying, like thousands into repair and things like that. And it get very stressful, I'll be honest. I've heard one of these trucks with like the ticking sound drove right side me, and it's one of the worst thing ever, because your engine definitely does not sound healthy at all. And that's like a huge red flag right there. You should know right away, like just by that sound coming from underneath the hood, definitely is a no-no. Once that sound really start to get real loud, now that's where you got your camshaft damage, your lifters failure and things like that. And you really like, I'm saying you really like effed up at that point. There's really like no going back, because you have to spend a lot of money to get that fixed. And it's definitely not something fun, because a lot of shops, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of shops really do charge, like I'm saying, like a lot of money. Now, if you a hands-on kind of guy, good luck to you. But I would say honestly, just hearing one of these trucks like with the lifters and camshaft damage and things like that, it's not like really like a pleasant best sound for you to be able to hear from the HEMI. For real, like honestly kind of like depressing and things like that, because that sound is not something that you could just get in your car, truck, and drive off and really be able to tune it out, because it's not one of the best sounds ever. So it's definitely a no-no. Time, right? Some people probably gonna want to wonder, like, why does my truck has a HEMI tick and things like that if the miles is low or such and such? So number one thing, right? Poor maintenance. If you really like not, let's say for example, if you're not putting a proper oil into your HEMI engine, for me, I know for a fact, yes, they tell you can use like the regular convenient oil, blah, 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 and stuff. But to be honest, full synthetic is what really blends up better in your 5.7 HEMI engine, and that's what really is recommended in a good filter. And for me, from my experience, what I really use is the Mopar filter, and then also I use, now I don't have a specific brand on oil, but I use a Mobil one high mileage. I have W20. Pretty much this is what I use on this truck behind me, and every Ram trucks that I've owned that had high mileage pretty much is the same routine. So most of the time, I'm not saying every time, but most of the time is poor maintenance. It's the number one reason why your truck end up with the lifters and stuff being bad, ticking sound, stuff like that. Second reason it could be is because the oil quality, right? Like I was saying, I really recommend you don't use conveyance oil. You have to use full synthetic oil. So that could be your reason too behind that. Honestly, me, I haven't used any kind of conveyance oil on any one of these trucks that I've owned in the past. I know some places you'll go to, they'll try to save you a little bit of money and things like that, telling you, yeah, it's fine, you could run conveyance oil, regular oil into your 5.7 Hemi, you'll be fine. But that's not the case, because you got to understand one thing, right? Conveyance oil is a lot more thinner, and also full synthetic oil is like a thicker blend and things like that. And that's what your Hemi need. And you got to understand that's why the oil quality definitely does matter. Not least is the design factor too. That's another thing too to put into play. Over time, when your mileage get high and things like that, stuff starts to wear out too. That could be a factor into why your truck could have the Hemi tick. Now they do say, like, some people say that once you get to like 100,000 plus miles, these trucks has more of a better chance and stuff like that to be able to get the Hemi tick, which is true though. But I've seen one of these trucks in the past with way more miles than my truck and does not have any kind of Hemi tick, and they just strictly keep up with their maintenance and things like that. I'm not saying it's gonna happen to your truck, but I'm just saying that it's still possible. But that's another reason though, a lot of people, which is 100% true though, because if you drive a vehicle for a long amount of time, things does start to wear out and stuff like that over time. You really combine all of everything I was telling you guys. Why? Now, over time, like, you got to understand, these things built up over time to where you not taking care of your truck properly and things like that, definitely you going to be the one paying the price, because you're going to have to pay to get it fixed, especially with that issue. Like the Hemi tick is like something definitely to not play with, because it does cost a lot of money, and it's not the best thing for you to be ditching out, I don't know who you are or whatever, this and that, $4 to $5 grand and stuff to get your lifters, camshaft, and things like that fixed. I'm just putting numbers out there, but I know it's not something that's cheap. Understand, right? The Hemi tick is one of the main issue, but that's not the only problem you need to watch out for if you have one of these trucks, you plan on buying one of these trucks, right? So these are the other things you really need to keep in mind right here. I'm about to share with you guys. One is going to be rough idle or misfire. It's going to be the transmission hesitation and things like that, where sometimes each truck transmissions sometimes does kind of act kind of funny and things like that, and they tend to go out. Pretty much, it doesn't matter if you have a high mileage, low mileage sometimes, and things like that. It really just depends sometimes. Thing is going to be leaks and stuff, fluid leaks, and much like poor maintenance signs and things like that. And really, like, my last but not least, I'm going to share with you guys on this is going to be another important thing, right? For me, buy any kind of vehicle, is having zero service history on a vehicle like this. All of these things really kind of like tied up together to really tell you exactly what you are walking into, or what you're going to be really dealing with, what you got to really watch out for and things like that. Hey, if you are looking at one of these trucks, right, doesn't matter on the year and things like that. So if it's a Ram 1500, this is my checklist right here. This is what you really need to be paying attention to really be able to understand, like, okay, is this truck a truck that I need to buy, or is it a truck that I should stay the hell away from? So this is my checklist right here I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Listen to the truck engine on cold start, and you need to check for any kind of ticking sound. You want to be able to look at the maintenance history of this vehicle, and then also you want to make sure you get in a vehicle and you drive it around. Make sure everything feels smooth. Number one reason why you need to drive it around, because the transmission, you want to make sure it's actually shifting smooth, no kind of hesitation and things like that. The important thing is you got to look and check underneath your hood and make sure everything is fine. If you having some kind of feeling and things like that, trust that feeling. I'm not saying all the time just because you hesitate and things like that. But if you go through your checklist, right, all jokes aside, if you really go through your checklist, you see like the service record, everything checked out, fine. The owner manual and things, the owner history, let's say if the vehicle have like 2 to 3 owner, and they all over probably year and a half, 2 years or more and stuff, that's a good sign. Now, normally if it's like less time, like very short ownership time frame, then that's like kind of like, I don't know, I'm probably try to stay away from this vehicle because there's something going on underneath the hood, or there's something going on with this truck in general that is a problem and things like that. But these are just signs that you really would know. Like, I'm not saying you don't have to be an expert into knowing about cars, but sometimes like the obvious things is really there for you to see. And if you drive a vehicle like this, like me, I took this truck for a test drive. When I first got it, listen up, everything sounds fine, and I drove probably a good 3 to 5 miles or something like that. And the crazy thing is too, another good thing, right? Why I would say when I'm buying a vehicle, I like to go like outside of my range, because when I actually go through my checklist, my last but not least thing, everything check out, and I end up buying that vehicle, I like to drive it back home. So I like to drive a good, like where I got this truck from was somewhere in Jersey, and it was at least like an hour, 30 minutes from where I live. And I really drove this truck home with 0 issue. And that was another sign right there to indicate that everything was working proper on the truck and things like that. Because you know for a fact when you go buy any kind of used or new vehicle, cars and stuff, they sit on the lot for a long time. And sometimes they get problems and things like that to where the dealership might not know. And you drive it, everything seemed fine, do a test drive. And then when you decide to drive off, once you drive away, you end up having some kind of issue and things like that. So really, it's that easy. Like, all you have to really do is just go through that checklist. You'll be fine. Now, don't be scared or afraid to buy yourself one of these trucks, because these trucks are really reliable, to be honest. Like I stated, I've owned 2 third-generation Dodge Ram, and this is my fourth generation Dodge Ram I bought. They all used trucks, and I have nothing but good things to say about them. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I don't have any kind of problem with these trucks, with my trucks and stuff that I've owned. I definitely had problems here and there and things like that, but it wasn't nothing major to really like sit back and second guess on me making a purchase on a used Ram pickup truck like this. The question is, right, should you really avoid all Ram 1500 pickup trucks? And the answer to this is no. I'm be real with you guys. There are some good Ram trucks out there, used, new, like depending, it doesn't matter on the generation, honestly, that you can find yourself a solid pickup truck like I did, but you really just have to know exactly what to look for. That's like with any kind of vehicle out there. You just have to do your homework, find out exactly what to really look for. You don't have to be an expert into knowing about cars, or take somebody with you that know about these cars and stuff, trucks and things like that. You'll be fine. But that's really all to it, guys. Do me a huge favor, y'all. If you are still watching, I want to say I appreciate the support, and make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe button, guys. I would definitely appreciate it. Definitely means a lot to those who are subscribed already and locked into the channel. Definitely want to say I appreciate that. Now take care, stay safe, and peace out.